I May Destroy You is Michaela Cole's uh, semi-autobiographical limited series based on her book. I'm not quite sure if it's of the same name, of a young writer. She's written her first book, is in the midst of writing her second, when she is roofied and sexually assaulted after a night in a bar, and she has hardly only the flashes of memory of it. And this is her finding out whether it's going to destroy her. I May Destroy You very much is either her, you consider is the rapist, is her self-destruction. It could be applied to the many other kind of complicated, messy, uh, non-consensual relationships that happen in in this series. And it's not just her; it is the people around her. It is not just this moment. It is going back to a past relationship and to her childhood and her parents for such a limited. I think it's 12 half hours. I think the last episode is longer. It is wide in scope. It is delicate and cutting and really, really bravely complicated in how it engages with and talks about this subject, because there's the fucking rapist in this thing, but there is instances where where one of her friends do things which are also violations, where they are also not not out of the spectrum of that that rape that happens in the first episode. Um, and it is a series that is told with like an interesting, intricate structure. And the last episode, where she is helped out with a guy who, without her permission or consent, took off the condom and then came at her, but then comes back to help her with her book, and she accepts this help under her own terms. They kind of go through the various things of like structure, of how to structure this. Uh, and it's talking about her book, but it's very much talking about how this series is really smartly and really interestingly put together in a way that um, amplifies and just reflects just kind of how fucked up she is at some points, how all this stuff is braided together. That whole thing of the kind of the density of the life here is a part of how that's achieved is through time jumps, repetitions, um, and then I think at the end, that final episode, there's just fucking the authority of this is written, this is my experience, and I will write what I imagine and how I dealt with it. And it's shocking and it's challenging. And, at first I thought it's like, oh God, it's going plot heavy. But no, that was just one imagining. And she just goes to the next and the next. And there's like the guy who helped her. They kind of did a storyboard out, all these little cards, and her thinking various different things. And yeah, yeah, it's not that, and then it's something else, and then it's holy shit, it's this. It's like, is it going to be that? And then you realize, no, this is her. And I think as I was watching this with my partner, it's like, yeah, I mean, a lot of cases there is no plot resolution for stuff like this. You just have to you learn how to deal with it, to move on with it, to decide whether you're going to live with this, whether this is going to be rent-free in your head for the rest of your life, or how it will be. Um, and it does that. And the final thing, I'll just say there's like one of the episodes ends with her wading, walking into the water, kind of a la Virginia Woolf, uh, which you'll get if you know what happened to Virginia Woolf. And then the next episode, she's just back in London. But that, how this ends is just beautiful. It's like the last shot, the last kind of click, click is just beautiful and made me cry. It's made me cry right now. So yeah, uh, that was fucking gorgeous and fucking beautiful and fucking horrific and fucking messy and complicated, like um, the best art can be. And I'm really impressed. So yeah, I may destroy you. Fucking destroyed me.